So, in the mother of all, oh my god moments. So I was right about what it was. The problem is that I didn't catch it because I wasn't thinking ahead clearly enough. So here's what happened. And yes, I'm already back, so sue me. But we got it, so we got it working, so we're just going to jump in here and try and see if stuff will work. But anyway, so the problem was that in the plugin I had overridden param plus. Now, the issue was that I'm not sure if it was the way I was calling it the order or if it was just how I was using this. But I was calling first I had item up here, and it was item, if item, and item is instance of game item, whatever. A while ago I had decided that in order to make this more compatible with how it's supposed to work, we need to call instance of game instance weapon first, and then whatever happens afterwards second, instead of the other way around, because game instance weapon is a type of object, and in some cases there was objects being passed through and it was getting matched when it shouldn't have. But anyway, it was either that or a combination of that, and because when we were calling item final params, we were trying to access this final params as a list instead of as a function. So if we come over here, final params is a function which calls down to here, and there's an underscore final params member on game instance weapon, which I think is what I was trying to do originally, and forgot the underscore, which really isn't right anyway. You should be doing it through a function because object encapsulation and all that stuff that routinely JavaScript seems to ignore. But so that's working now, and we're getting our actual values, so that's good. Now the question is, if I go to equip, will it break? No, okay. So we don't have any stuff yet. So now let's go back to here. So we do have this. Okay, so now we have something different. We got another. So there's another set object somewhere that we have to handle. If we can just get this equip screen working the way that we want it to, then I will stop the stream. So we're calling it from force equip change. Okay, so we need to override this, and I also put all the game actor slash super classes into here in a particular order as well, so it's all grouped together now for game actors, not for the other stuff though. But we need to override this now, so if not item instance of game instance weapon, then we want to do that stuff. Well, let's see. We might still want to do on equipable items. Alright, we actually have it aliased up here as well, because it has another one of those damn things in it. What about the other one, refresh? This calls refresh on this. Okay, so that should be fine. So we may be doing streaming tomorrow after all, if this works. If I can get this to work within 30 minutes, put it that way. Otherwise, I'll just continue to work on it off stream until I get it to work. Wrong one. Equip. Alright, we're still not seeing stuff here. And now we have another one of these. So many of these damn set object calls everywhere. So this one's on change equip. I thought we had to alias this, or overridden it, but I guess not. Okay. So do that. Tab it in. So trade party item, blah 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 blah. So if item instance of game instance weapon. I'd really like to figure out why it's not drawing them down there. Alright, so I kept the sword. Interesting, Cleria doesn't seem to be working. Alright, really quick. Just want to see if we can... okay, we got all kinds of... Wow. What the fuck? Okay. Okay, we got some stuff going on here. What the hell? Right, because... Wow. So I'm wondering if... So some of these, I think, are in here because they are items that are equipped on the actors. So I think what happens is it stores the ID in there, but also stores an ID for it in the party weapons, I think. Which doesn't make any sense. And they all have different EXPs. Oh wow, we can still select this. Nice. Not that we get anything for increasing it, increasing the levels and whatnot, because there's no tags for these. But I guess I did tag. I did not tag. I did talk to that slime dude. But they have different amounts, which is interesting. I just want to know why there's like... Maybe there's like all this stuff in here for when we're hitting... let me just see for a second. Let's go F5. Let's just go up there after it loads and see what's in there. So I'm wondering if all the clears I was doing added all that crap into there. So what's in here at start? So at start, it's just these weapons that we have, yeah. So these are the starting weapons. We come over here, and come back over here. Okay, so now we got two down here that are not defined. Well, it's progress anyway, so these are game instance weapon objects because we're pulling in the information for them, which is good. So they technically, they do have them equipped now. If we go to Therese here, she has the axe. Marcia has the bow, or no, has the cane, and then Lucius has the bow. So it's creating them, it's giving them the weapons, then it's throwing a game instance weapon into the party for that. And now when we're going to our guy here, our NPC here, it's giving us nulls. Because why? So let's we need to go to objects and then interpreter, change party items, I think it is, or party change items. Change equipment. I think this, well, maybe. Nope, it's not that one. What's, change weapons. So what I'm looking at is interpreters. That's conditional branching. Game data operand. Change weapons, there we go. Alright, so let's put a couple breaks in there. Okay, so so we got 1001. 4 is false. Okay, so we're passing through 1, or rather passing 0, 0, and 1, and false. So this doesn't operate value. So operation operand, operand type operand. So value equals operand equals 0. If true, pass to the operand. If not, it's a game variable. Okay. Then return operation if equals 0, return value. If not, negative value. All right. So, which one are we broken on, this or this? Okay, it was the other one. So value is 1. That would be the first weapon, which is sword. So then we call game party, gain item, data weapons, this params 0. So value and this params 4, which is false. So let's see. Okay, so item, the amount, and the include. Let's go back to that real quick. So the item is 1, the value is 1, params 4 is false, so it's not being equipped. Alright, so item container. So the item is a game instance weapon item. Or no, it's an object. So we're going through here, we're returning the weapons container probably. Yep. So yeah, see we have game instance weapons, and then we have another 4 that are not anything. They're just objects, I guess. Yeah. Because when we're passing them through here, so if item is not a game instance weapon, right, this was what I was running into before. So so we need to be able to make a check to see if we've actually pulled in a weapon or not. I guess we could check. Well, could we check? Well, let's see. Data manager. Data manager is weapon. That's below all this stuff now. So item is instance of game instance. Oh right, then it's returning the, if its item type is this, else if E. Okay, yeah. So we can pass it into this. Data manager is weapon. So that's on actually game party. Gain item. So Or no. Yeah. Wait, do I have it twice? Oh, I do have it twice. Whoops. So, if item, EID type... Yeah, okay, that's what happened. Game party prototype, game party... Yeah, damn. I actually already have this in here. I wonder if that's why. Did not notice that. That's what happens when you are just coding things and haven't organized stuff yet. Alright, let's try this again. Okay, so we have nothing in here. Well, there's a blank one, but... Yeah. Still haven't figured that out yet. Okay, let's grab these. Alright, those are showing up now. But the weapons that get equipped to the actor are not yet showing up. Which actually could be good. So it's not showing the stuff from there yet either. At the same time though, that list isn't getting screwed up with a bunch of crap. So we solved that one problem, but I still have an issue with it not drawing the items in the list on the equip list. So yeah, we'll look at that tomorrow and see what's going on. Once we figure that out though, we can see if we can equip stuff and then see what other things we can fix, like that whole cancel is synth not identified thing, which I find frankly quite amazing. But yeah, so this is going to be the end of this little short stream. I just fixed it and I was like, you know what, I'm going to get back on the stream right now because I fixed it and see if we can't get a little bit further. What else? So yeah, I think we'll leave it at that. As far as the stream tomorrow, don't know when it'll be. Probably around, maybe around 11 to 1. Sounds good anyway. So we'll see what happens there. Or it could be really earlier. I don't really know yet what I'm going to do. So it's either going to be like at around 7 or it'll be at around 12 or 1 o'clock. In case you want to tune into that. But thanks for watching all the streams for this so far. If you have any comments or questions, you can leave them below. Or if you're watching it live, just put them over there and I'll respond to them maybe. It's been really interesting working on this plugin. I've learned a lot more about MV on this plugin than a lot of the other ones because I'm having to go in and dig through all this junk. But we still have lots more to go. Got to do the repairing system. We got to do the changes for the durability to the battle system. Then we have to do... No, I think those are the last two things, and then we'd be done with the first version of this plugin. So, awesome. It's actually gone, like I've been saying the whole time, it's gone a little bit faster than I thought it would. Even with all the issues. Seriously, this thing fracked up again. I don't know what's up with this drives meter thing. It keeps on, every once in a while it'll just freeze up. It's very annoying. I'll deal with that later. But, so yeah. Sometime tomorrow I'll do some streaming. Maybe as in don't count on it, but possibly I might do some streaming for SO3 as well. Just a possibility. Probably not though. And hopefully we get this solved tomorrow and can move on to the durability and refine or repair systems, and then maybe finish off this version of the plugin on Monday morning. Then I can release it. Okay, hi everyone, this is GeoWill from Man Productions², and we're back to continue working on our Advanced Weapons plugin for RPG Maker MV. So, I'm not even going to begin to try and go through everything I changed over last night and this morning. There was so much that was kind of broken. Well, I'll go over some of the more important parts. First of all, I've decided to stop using instance of because it's not reliable at all. In a lot of cases, it was pulling up the instance type as object instead of as game instance weapon for the game instance weapon objects, even though I have removed or at least I think I commented it out, the instantiation that it's a subclass of object. And then there was just a bunch of other places where there's just all kinds of weird things going on and stuff not working correctly. So, because of that, I decided to try and figure out a different way to do it. And about literally every other single way that I tried to figure out how to do this failed, because it didn't give the correct value. Except for item.constructor. This is awesome. So, what this does is it basically returns the constructor that the object was built with. So, this will always return the actual correct, legitimate value instead of some bullcrap from JavaScript. So if you call item.constructor and it's not game instance weapon, then it's not a game instance weapon. If it is, then it is a game instance weapon. Full stop. And that seems to fix some of the problems with that, with some of the stuff. And doing that, though, there's like about 30 or 40 other issues that came up because now things are working correctly. So one of the first things that you saw last night was that it wasn't writing out the actual items. So I traced this down, and it was because let's see if I can remember exactly what it was. It was something with the game party weapons weren't being created correctly because of a change I made that broke the instance of stuff for that section where it was working, so I had to change it to this constructor type of situation here. And then there was also, in addition to that, what you also saw was that the game party items were being stored in the party, or the actor items were being stored in the party weapons. I fixed that, so they no longer get stored in the party weapons unless you unequip them. Well, supposedly. I haven't gotten that far yet. The other problem was that it was not displaying the correct status information on the equip page. That got boiled down to the fact that, again, we weren't actually passing through the correct information because the the instance of was setting the wrong things. And there was some code that had to be added to differentiate a instance weapon from a regular item as well. So, this is now the entirety of this beginning part. So here are all the functions that we have now overridden or aliased. So we got save game, create game objects, save game, initiate equips, game actor equips, game actor discard equip, game actor release unequipable items. Some of these may or may not be needed. I haven't checked these to see if I made any changes to them or not. Some of them I just copied over into the file over here to get a better sense of what was going on, because I could see it up against the thing that was calling it. Game actor params plus, this is what adds the new params from any equips that you have onto the game battler base superclass. Calc equip item performance. You saw me work on that last night. Game battler base prototype items. I finally figured out why. So there was an issue where there was an issue where it was loading up that with the error when we went to the menu. There was also an issue, if you remember, where once I did all the changes, for some reason the game would just get stuck in an infinite loop when loading. That was because of this code here. Well, this and all the other stuff that leads up to it. Because it was not calling correctly and wasn't passing back the right values, and then the thing that was calling all of that, I coded incorrectly twice, and that's the release, I think. This one, yeah. So I had put this if changed inside of this inner loop both times, and because they have created a loop that will loop forever because there's no conditions, which is, I don't know, I guess they decided to do that because, who knows, that's not really very good programming practice there. In fact, that should be syntactically illegal for you to do. They shouldn't be able to do that. And so what's happening is that if change was false, which would be in here, we're just breaking this for loop and we're hitting right back into this this outer for loop, which is then calling this inner one again, and you can see what happened. So once I moved that out to here, lots of other things broke, but the infinite loop stopped. So that got fixed. Traits with ID, also had to fix that. That's been there for a while. Force change equip, had to modify that. Change equip, also had to modify that. Can equip weapon from game battle to base, again had to change it. Can equip armor, had to change it because in some instances game instance weapons were falling into here and causing issues because it doesn't have this value on it. Game battle base, all traits, another part of that traits loop thing that goes up the list to get all the traits from the objects. Game load scene, that's been there. As weapons, been there. Draw item name, that's been there. So trade item with party. This was an interesting one. So it was this code that was causing the game actor equipment that was equipped to them to be stored as a game party item, even though it was not really a game party item. So what I did with that is I put in some code to basically when you are equipping an item, that you don't duplicate it, basically. So, actually I removed the code that did that from the section. So I basically overloaded a game item with a actor pass-through, an actor parameter. That then, once you call that, it comes down here and it checks to see if actor is... Well, there should be a check for actor in here somewhere. Or maybe not. Maybe I took it off because we don't even need that here. That's right. But I did something, I forget where, that made it so it wouldn't store it. Or maybe there was a bug that was causing that before, and that was fixed by all the other stuff I fixed. Either way, we don't actually need the actor pass-through now. Because it's being overwritten anyway back in the calling function. I was setting that particular weapon slot back to null so we could reset it, but it doesn't matter because we're just overwriting it with the new item, so that's fine. I don't know if that's going to cause issues in terms of returning an equipped game instance weapon back to the game party weapons list. We'll have to figure that out later. I've gotten to the point where I can equip a weapon to a character, but it's not showing up in the game party list. The game party weapon list isn't updating, so we'll have to look into that. So prototype weapons, that's been there. So this is all the game party stuff. Update weapon, get weapons. Includes, that's been there. Okay, a lot of stuff from window item equip I had to bring in here to change as well. That was part of the reason why things weren't showing up correctly in either the item window or in the equip window, because the window item list and window equip item, respectively, we're not setting up the correct stuff. In addition to that, one problem with this, why this was never populating correctly, was because we were having a -1 index, which was going through here and causing issues in terms of throwing an error as well and not letting things properly show up. There's also a thing I found where it's actually throwing a null into there for some reason, so I created some code to extend the weapon equip window, window equip item window, to remove that from it and update the data list so it's not in there anymore. That's been there, and then we're on the interpreter. So I added maybe another 5 or 6